This is Canarsie, Rockaway Parkway. The next stop on this Brooklyn-bound podcast is Last Stop on the L. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Philly. Take them back to the plat, Mick.
Gangsta.
Middle of the summer. Middle of the summer. G-Town Drive, baby. Middle of the summer. Middle of the summer. Can't forget the bottom. I used to play the block all night till the sun came up. Everybody got their gun game up in the middle of the summer. Middle of the summer. Middle of the summer. Stank all winter, this is starting the summer. Riding in my new Camaro, sometimes I wonder, will it take me under or will it make me stronger? Thinking the times when I was broke, it only gave me hunger. Shorty walking through the block, it only made me wonder. My homies been selling dope and doing Jay-Z numbers. Niggas smooching wrists cold and doing AC numbers. They only were friends old and used to say we youngins, but we was ready though. Around the time when all the rock was on the radio, me and my niggas on the block with him is heavy though. I used to put it in my hand, ain't wanna let it go. Ain't wanna let it go. No, the work was low, the numbers was right. Used to play the summer league, couple youngins was nice. They ain't make it to the league, cause it'll fuck up your life. In the middle of the summer when you fucking with white. Middle of the summer.
I ask you to stand beside me and boycotting Vanna Sage for faux locks and faux hawks because it just doesn't fit. We have talked to her and offered her numerous amounts of money. She will not take it.
What the
We
fuck
feel
are you talking about?
Black Girl Magic has run out. It's your boy Mayhem Mike.
Oh shit!
Welcome back to Last Stop on the L. We've been gone. We know you missed us. What it do?
The level of shade that was just thrown at
the whole
I had
tree.
something
It's cloudy today.
I had really something really
It's
funny and
cloudy.
light to
And
like
you can hear
start
me
with,
clearly.
and you just totally just
I hope you brought
sucked
your
the life
umbrella.
out of that.
I just added a terrible gun sound. Sounds like a laser, but it's the best I can do.
Pew, 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 pew.
Everybody gonna die tonight.
Vanna Sage here, taken aback. Yeah, so let's get right into the bullshit, I guess. Since Mike would have come out firing shots like that.
It's a solar eclipse on that shade.
Oh my god. Anywho.
Join me, Last Stoppers.
So personally, I'm boycotting the Super Bowl halftime show.
Right. Just
If
the
these
halftime
dry,
show.
ashy as hell performances is what I have to look forward to, I am opting out. I'm out.
Yeah, we got a guest with us. State your name, gangster.
It's Chris Highbridge, representative.
Woo.
Oh, that's so.
I mean, you want another tree thrown at you?
Oh.
Captain Planet's in the room. People's got turn into a tree. Turn into a tree. That's it. All the shade.
Remember who you live with.
Wow.
Unafraid.
Shots fired. Okay.
Yo,
Fire bending
let
this
it ring
shit.
off. Then. Let it ring off. Then.
Fire feet out.
Names.
I ain't never scared. Bone crusher shit.
I know some of our Last Stop and the elder listeners are wondering, damn, you guys sound clear as fuck. You're damn right.
We got
do.
to check.
That tax refund check came through.
New year, new me.
Listen, we all
New
auditioning
sound.
for that Case of Femme late night hour. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put these Tevin Campbell records out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Can we talk?
Oh, that was my shit. That was my shit.
We also coming out with a mixtape. We don't know what we're calling it yet. Desert Money Income Records. Don't worry. We got Vanna on the hook.
Where did y'all find him, yo?
Okay, let's talk about the Super Bowl for a second. I want to start off with that. Not because we're a sports show. I know Vanna's just like, why are we talking about sports? Hold on. I saw two grown men eat shit. Okay?
that was
two
like-
grown men ate shit in
Ouch.
celebration. Listen,
And
Philly.
it was horse shit.
Yeah, Philly. The good people of Philly. As a New Yorker, I've always had love for you. That's not true. But as a New Yorker, I've always pretended to have love for you.
Right.
And this is the moment where I had to be like, this is your man's? Is your boy? Yo,
your
whose
man.
man's is this?
This is what we do. This is what happens when we win shit. That's
Like,
why
y'all
you haven't
won.
never won shit.
Like, y'all won. And he ate shit in celebration. I have
Giants?
never in my life had that thought. Yo, we just won a Super Bowl. Yo, let me go eat some dog shit.
Let
right
me
now.
go pick up some shit
Manure.
that a large mammal has
You
just
know what?
defecated.
I'm
and
so
eat it.
glad I missed that.
The best part of that game was actually watching Kevin Hart trying to get on that stage.
Oh,
And you got the stop at 5. You got the stop at 5.
That guard
I-
put that shit. Was it when Kevin Hart said he
I
put his
did.
hand firmly in his chest?
I
was
thought
firm.
that was someone's child. So
we're never gonna get him on this show.
Everyone was just so. I was like, whose kid is that? Why won't they let him on the stage? And then they put the other. I was like, oh shit, that's Kevin Hart. Poor baby.
I love when he had the explanation video on Instagram. He started with, kids don't drink. Yo, look at you.
Get your feelings hurt.
I love he said his wife said you shouldn't do that. He's like, we won. I do what I want. I get this picture of his poor wife looking at him like, oh, this nigga. Oh,
she
God.
wasn't looking at him, this nigga. She was like, let me get another drink while he go big an ass out of himself.
It's going to look good on tour. I'll tell you that shit.
Oh,
I know exactly what his boys were doing. Rooting him on. Yeah! Yo, somebody get the camera out. Get the camera. Get the camera.
He probably told the film coordinator in the back, zoom in on Kev, zoom in on Kev. Get real low, because this shit about to be funny. Because he's around a whole bunch of regular sized people.
Is this little curly haired black thing just going? I'm like, what?
Yo,
watch
his vlog
man,
from
like,
the day.
I know who you are, Mr.
Watch
Hart.
his vlog from the day, because in the vlog he counts the number of drinks he's had, and like before he hits the
it was
field,
like 11,
he's at like
12.
he's at 10, 11. He was gone.
Yo,
He was
I just want to say, cameramen are the shadiest people ever, son. They catch your flame, but it's like, oh, it's not really pictured on it, but you're still gonna get the full angle. Because I remember watching it, and I was like, yo, that's Kevin Hart. Oh no!
I saw it live. I was like, is that
we
Kevin
watched
Hart?
it.
And I just saw the hand on his chest. I was like, oh, that's a curve.
I thought
That's
was
a curve.
I swear.
You
to
got
God, that
juice
was
to get on the
someone's
field.
Yo,
But
speaking
I
of
was like,
curve,
oh, poor baby.
can we actually curve Justin Timberlake from the Super Bowl forever? Because every time he comes, nothing good happens. Like, he can go
the way he
and sit
curved,
and watch.
the way he curved the tip of them Jordans.
Oh, fuck.
The biggest thing about his performance was that teenager that took a selfie with him.
Oh shit!
That
Hold
probably
on,
didn't even know who
because
the
you're
fuck
pointing
he
at them
was.
It's not
Jordans.
important.
It's like, who's this?
Let's talk a little bit about his
Okay,
outfit.
yes.
What was happening there? My son looked like he wanted to both go duck hunting and start a rock band. He just could not make a
That's a
decision.
classic game, though.
Could I say that that's par for the course for NSYNC shit?
Nah, NSYNC didn't.
Speaking of NSYNC, where were they? Like,
Didn't he wear
they had free
overalls?
time. He didn't invite nobody.
It was a
Stay in the
3-piece
booth.
suit.
That's what you
So
want.
it was a fatigued, weird fatigue. Like, where are you gonna go? You're gonna go like kill deer at night? Like, it looked like the night sky in like the fucking woods.
That
Yo.
fatigue
Weird.
looks like you'll only blend in at Williamsburg.
JT.
Like, you just go stand by a graffiti wall. Just
So
like,
it was a fatigue, a weird fatigue 3-piece suit. It had the vest. And then he had with the bandana
bandana?
around his neck, and then he had the J's on, and I was like, okay.
I don't know who
JT,
your stylist
what
is,
to say
if
about
you're
but
listening-
they don't love you.
I need you to stop listening to that.
Black card revoked, sir.
I
But-
need you to stop listening to that white coach that's teaching Serena how to twerk and come back to the black side.
Always trying to throw that shot.
Maybe the outfit was a play on the name of his album, which is "Man in the Woods."
Yeah,
a
I'm
man
pretty-
of the woods.
See, here's
That
the
looked
thing.
like a man that got
back,
lost.
sir.
I
in the
know
way.
that's
Yes.
what he was
Hell,
doing
that
with
shit
that,
looked
but
like-
no
damn.
one gave a fuck.
Come back.
That's the difference. Like, everyone, this
Okay.
fucking album dropped, and like 10 people were excited.
Like, if you're gonna
stop
wear,
it.
if you're gonna wear a ghillie suit,
And then he opened with that song from his album, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Do fucking what is that? Dance with me? Why are you
move
not doing
yourself
dance
to
with me right now?"
His set list song selection was just so okay. First of all, nobody want to hear "Cry Me a River" at the Super Bowl halftime show. That's a little bit of a downer note.
Someone said
That
that
was-
was a dig at Britney.
That was a dig at Britney.
Someone
'cause
said that
he's
was a
getting
dig at
Pepsi money
Britney.
now.
But the song was a dig at
No, but it's an even further dig at Britney because Britney was also endorsed by Pepsi too
at the Super Bowl.
at the Super Bowl.
why?
He throwing shots.
I don't know. I'm like,
Still?
I feel like
if I
Kanye
was
and Amber
Britney, I'd have been
Rose,
like,
like
you
it's a
still making
decade
me
after the
relevant,
fact
nigga?
that
Am I
we
getting a
still
check?
talking about this?
Cry me a river.
Come on.
Am I gonna get a check?
Listen, if I was at a Justin Timberlake concert where he did a Super Bowl, would have been fine. Like, I'd have been perfectly satisfied. But I saw Katy Perry riding on a Voltron. Goddamn! I saw Lady Gaga jump off a building. No fucks
No,
given.
Lady Gaga jumped into the Super Bowl.
I saw Bruno Mars, his short ass. I don't know what he did, but he killed it. I can't remember what he did. I
danced
just
No, he
remember
That's
danced.
what
Bruno
he did.
danced.
On the
Fucking
field.
Beyonce had a whole bunch of black
Listen,
goddesses dancing her
Beyonce
ass
took
off
the
in
power out.
formation.
Remember that?
Yeah, she
Oh,
did.
She
shit,
she
yeah.
took the power out.
Yeah.
So then
You know
JT
what?
come here. Let me
I
go
know-
sit down and play this
listen,
piano
listen,
real
Listen,
quick.
JT
Nigga,
got
this ain't
sunshine
allowed.
in
After
his
she
pocket.
performed,
Damn it.
after she performed, Black Twitter was just like, the Super Bowl is being held at Beyonce's concert. Like, you know what I'm saying? They switched it up.
Oh, this is her tour. Oh, this is the football game too.
I will say this,
Oh,
and I'll
okay.
continue to say it. Michelle was almost happy that night because Beyonce almost fell. Remember when she did that drop down, come down?
Yeah, when she made a
Michelle was
misstep.
like, oh!
Black folks don't
Sorry,
have to let
today.
that 106 and Park moment go.
Today.
Leave Michelle alone.
No 106 today.
Leave Michelle alone, goddammit.
Oh boy.
Never. But also, like, I guess we gotta move forward. But I just want to say,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I have to shout out a few Eagles. Ooh. Shout out to Chris Long because even though again I hate the Eagles, Giants all day, but I gotta give credit where credit's due. Chris Long is one of the few white players in the NFL to join the national anthem protest. He gave away his entire salary for this season to a bunch of nonprofits. Yeah, his whole salary. And there's two other Eagles players whose names they're not coming to my mind right now, who have been using their platform. For example, one of them got the NFL to start sponsoring community engagement programs with the police, and they've also been organizing, and all four of them have refused to go to the White House. I said that before the game even started. Like, if we win, I ain't going. They're like, what? But you know, it's the president. And like, the fuck again?
I guess it is a city of brotherly love.
Nah, I saw Tudors eat shit. I can't let that go. I'm sorry. That defines their win forever.
Oh. Before we do move on, let me tell you.
We're not moving on.
No, it's like it's kind of related, but not like I was very adamant about not watching Super Bowl, and then guess what happened? I got invited to a family Super Bowl party, and I had to cook. I was damn near in tears, like I don't want to fuck. I like hulked out.
Oh man.
Chris was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to have all this fucking stuff." I've been good all year. Like, I've avoided watching football, kind of, mostly. Like, I don't want to engage in this bullshit. I don't want to give them ratings. I was aggy as fuck. And then I had to cook for this shit. I was like, what the fuck? Fuck these wings. Like, even his mom was like, what's wrong with Vanna? I'm like, I don't want to fucking be part of the bullshit.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Listen, I was mad. I had to cook the wings. I don't want to cook the wings. Fuck the wings. Fuck the Super Bowl. Fuck the wings.
I was there for the food in the company.
I went into the kitchen. The Super Bowl's here. I went to the bathroom. The Super Bowl's here. I went into the living room.
I was extremely aggravated. And he was just like, I don't know what to do.
When it came to food, I was unprepared for Super Bowl. I was just like, I'm going to cook. No, I'm not going to cook. I'm going to order. And then I discovered something during Super Bowl. Uber Eats surge charge. Oh, I was just like, eat a stick. I'm going to just go eat some crackers.
Yeah.
Nigga said $13. The shit I'm ordering is less than the price of delivery. Fuck out of here.
That's crazy.
Yep. Wow.
I just went out and get the shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck that.
I didn't watch Super Bowl at all.
Good job.
At all.
I was forced to. It was torture. I did not want. I really did not want to watch Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Like, hold on. Like, he was trying to like keep me in good spirits. I was like.
Before we move on, there was some other trifling shit that happened during that game. Like Dodge Ram using Martin Luther King's speech against capitalism to sell a car. Yo, y'all, first of all, I don't know which King kid approved that, but you's a hoe. I want you to know that you's a whole bitch. Oh,
because it's a copyrighted.
You's a whole bitch. You know that in your father's speech, because they played someone on the internet, because the internet comes to everybody.
Everybody.
Right.
Took that Dodge commercial and played the actual, instead of clipping out the speech, played it in its original context. In the speech, he talks about how keeping up with the Joneses is bad for society, and he specifically uses buying a new car every year as an example of why.
Exact same speech that they
used to sell the car. I'm like, so Bernice King and the King Center had to respond because people were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
and they're like, we ain't got nothing to do with that. In short, one of my hoe-ass siblings took this check. I don't know who you are, whichever one you are, but that is a bitch move. Like, I can't even... It's not that... I'm not under some weird delusion that people are going to keep the legacy pure forever, right? But to use a speech that's literally against consumerism to sell a car, come on, man.
Clearly, he didn't.
Come
on,
man.
The person that got that check clearly gave zero fucks.
How many kids does he have? One of them's gonna be a fuck up.
Right, you're right. Wait, that's one of my
his
things.
nieces
Like,
is
don't
a
have too many
Trump
kids because I feel like the potency loses. I said that I was like, baby,
keep it at a good round number.
Seriously, I'm like, I don't want to have more than 4 kids. I think after 4, it's like your potency just gets real low.
Also, Prince literally called people doing duets with deceased artists demonic. Just FYI. I remember someone, shout out to Good Morning America. This is what happened when he hired black staff. Because on Good Morning America, there was a guy, he did the social media thing, right? And they're asking him about, the reaction to Super Bowl. And he's like, some Prince fans were upset about the performance. And the Good Morning America staff were like, why were they upset? And then he's like, well, in an interview, he called it demonic. And it's like dead silence. Like, well, he did.
He
and then here's what the Good Morning America staff goes, well, I thought it was nice. I'm like, yes, because you think it was nice. Let's ignore the dead man's wishes. Who explicitly said,
Literally.
yes. Don't do
He
this.
literally said, I do not want to be. Yeah.
It's okay. Sorry, let's move on to Super Bowl. There's too much shit to talk about this week.
Well, in good news, Black Panther's dropping. We can talk about that
this week. Woo.
So I hope everybody got their dashiki ready.
You know what I realized about Black Panther? First of all, I don't think people realize how excited black folks are.
Whoa.
I was in a group with people of European ancestry this weekend.
Uis.
And I was just like,
alert.
I'm going to I'm looking for my dashiki for the premiere. And he's like, you're going to dress up? I'm like, yeah. Me and a lot of other black people. He's like, why? It's just like a moment of just like, bitch.
No one asks why you're ass cosplay to fucking Star Trek, but I can't wear a fucking proper dashiki.
No, I just like
fucking Wakanda's wonderfulness.
That's a good analogy. Yo,
that wasn't obvious. Like no one shaded you for bringing your fucking fake ass lightsaber, bitch. Like I can be cute.
She even included Star Wars.
Yeah. People are unaware of how big of a deal it is.
Can we be proud of her for a moment?
I'm proud as fuck. But
wait a minute. Like I feel like that proudness is like kind of shady.
That was like, oh shit, that is so relevant and poignant. Like that was so well placed. A pin dropped in my head. Like you're like, nigga. She just hit every note in the goddamn song.
I had an analogy. I'm not even gonna say it. Go ahead.
You got the entire mic, baby. Go ahead.
You gotta get that woman some ice cream.
That's
later.
the most profound thing I have to say right now. I guess.
Ideas. But like people are seriously surprised at how excited black people are for this movie. So when I was just sharing that, it was just like a moment like, oh, okay, I guess. I'm like, wow. Also, unrelated. I realized just how white my friends are when I was like, because we're talking about the Grammys, and it's like Song of the Year. 4 of them never heard Despacito.
What the fuck? You mentioned that, I was like,
son. My favorite reaction was one of my friends from college was just like, I was in Africa and I heard Despacito. Listen.
It has the most views on YouTube.
Didn't hear it.
Ever.
Me and another person of color who were there, we played it in the car. Never heard it. They just had that look of like, never heard this song before. I'm like,
our nephews,
even in passing, I'm like,
barely know English. No Despacito.
I'm like, listen, I had to explain to them. I was like, yo, you're not hearing this song. It's like being alive in 1997 and not hearing Celine Dion's Titanic record.
Oh my god!
That's the level of how crazy that you can ignore this shit.
Hold on, can we put the brakes on? To my middle school students, okay, to all the girls who wanted to be Celine Dion. Fuck y'all niggas, all right? Y'all sounded horrible. I'm gonna say what the teacher couldn't say. Shut the fuck down. Take your credit. Stop singing the goddamn song, all right? She was a bastard. She let Jack die. They could have fit, you know what I'm saying? And you don't sound great. Thank you, Varna.
There was hate in your heart, brother.
Hate.
Join me.
Nah, I didn't like her. I was like, Jack is way cuter. Like, she can go. She played the shit out of everybody in that movie, so I was like...
And then she had to drop the... Anyway, she dropped the jewel at the end. You know,
the way I would have died with that shit, like, that shit would have went to my grave.
Wait. So you'll let him die, but you'll die for the jewel?
No, Jack
lives.
lives.
That jewel was worth a lot.
Jack would have lived. Me and Jack would have lived, and we would have been married and had, 3+, no more than 5 kids. So we don't dilute our awesome genes, and then I would have been buried with that ring. Maybe if I liked one of my daughters, she might have got it. Like that would have went completely differently out of how Rose.
Your kids would have not respected your wishes, and they're taking that ring out the grave. They're telling you they're buried with it. I'm trying to get this house off.
With a G.
I would hunt the fuck out of my children if they don't. Like, I'm pretty sure right now in fucking in JT's Nashville house, he's being hunted by the fucking ghost of Prince right now. Like, all you hear is oh, that's all you hear.
Yo, we support Janet. Janet Appreciation Day. Yeah. I'm just saying
that shit was fire though.
Speaking of which,
okay.
Oh, what segue?
We were gonna go back to Black Panther.
We're gonna go back. But
I heard a story about Janet and Prince because Superbowl brought it up. He was pissed when he heard Janet's debut album.
Really?
Because he thought it was great, and he knew the producers that did it, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and he had worked with them, and they hadn't given him anything that inventive because Janet Jackson's sound kind of heavily influenced New Jack Swing, right?
Yeah.
So when he heard it, the story goes that he bought the record, drove by their house, and chucked it at their front door. Bitch, where was this fire when I was in the booth?
A whole nother level.
Is the emperor of shade.
What'd you call it? Shady boots?
Shady boots.
No, Prince.
Shady,
Prince
glitterly,
Purple
beautifully
Tim just stomping shit out.
boots.
Tiny man in high heels, all flame.
To backtrack on the whole Janet Appreciation Day, that's what a lot of people were doing on Twitter and social media on Super Bowl Sunday. And I actually have a really good friend from like junior high to high school. She has a blog, so she's heavy on social media. And she noticed that what's this white random non-relevant ass nigga's name?
Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, I should have said that. Yeah, Michael Rappaport. Okay.
The rapper.
Michael Rappaport had basically like started throwing shots at Janet because I guess he saw everyone giving her big ups on Twitter and was like, "Oh, when's the last single or whatever she had was popping?" And my homegirl was like, "Can anyone name a movie that had Michael Rappaport in it?" And then his comeback was, "If you're gonna come at me, says make sure your wig is on straight." I said, wait a minute," but he didn't stop there. Every other, specifically black woman that came at him, he came at them even worse. So, guess who's no longer, if he even was invited to the fucking cookout? Not your white, clear, Casper-looking ass, okay? And he's married to a black woman. I don't know how sis does it. She must be in the second place, too. I'm gonna need him to get all his fucking life together. And Gary Owens, too. He's played himself this week.
Really?
Yep.
What'd he do?
Okay, I can't rock with you on that one. I'm sorry.
Listen.
No.
I gotta side with Gary on that one.
Uh-oh.
Gary, no, listen. Here's the thing.
Here we go.
I have a problem when people don't have shit to say when it's men saying something or even white women saying something. But when a black woman has something to say, they have all the fucking gusto to be like, "Oh, nah, fuck out of here." Okay. Michael Rappaport has a history of that on his social media.
Absolutely.
Gary Owen isn't usually like that, but he did come to some dude's defense with the whole Monique situation.
It was Willpower Packer. That's like,
right. So that was, and it's like, but where the fuck was you at this whole time? So now you want to, whatever. Gary Owens, I'm like slightly like 50-50 with him, but Michael can definitely suck a dick. So I don't care. He can suck a very large.
Anyone here be caping for Michael Rappaport? I'm sorry.
Penis, walrus.
Wow.
Whale.
Wow.
Penises.
Wow.
At the same time. Anyway, so yeah, we can
That's a lot.
carry on.
It's like a lot.
That was very graphic.
Back to Black Panther.
So
We're about to get a letter from Peter.
Real quick.
So let me tell you.
We're about to get a
Let me tell you
whole
my
letter
plans
from
for this
Peter.
debut.
What are you doing? Oh my god, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna
What are
roll
you
up in
wearing?
my all black. All right, I got the black and
So
gold. That
are
should
you
be.
gonna? Ooh,
You know what I'm
so
saying?
nice.
You know what I'm saying? I got the pants. I'm ready. I might even get some black and gold loafers. I don't know what I want to do just yet. You know what I'm saying? I've officially decided that I may even get a nice little hat. You know, nice little something for my dreads. You know what I'm saying? Out here, represent it. Oh, I want some glasses. Some nice glasses.
Let me check the weather, 'cause let me tell you how that's gonna dictate what the fuck my black is.
Listen, all I'm saying is when I come there, I don't want you to look at me. You know what I'm here for. Directly to my movie.
What I am
To my seats because you paid for them.
I'm gonna come
and
through
they're
looking like
assigned.
So wait,
Slick
hold on.
Rick at
But
his
we got-
prime.
let's
I'm
be
gonna have
serious
1,000
for 1
chains
second.
on. Each one represent a different part of Africa.
I just want to say, so far from Rotten Tomatoes, if I'm not mistaken, it's been getting 100% reviews. There's been a group that's tried to thwart them from that. Literally, I forgot what the name of the stupid group is.
Doesn't matter. They got kicked off of Facebook.
Cocksuckers of America.
Yes, we'll call them that because they want to go against fanboys of Disney, whatever. They were literally going to leave negative reviews. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen of America. If that movie is whack, we're still going to say it's great. Does it look like it's going to be whack? Hell no. That should look like it's going to be all types of fire.
There are people that are subtly trying to warp Black Panther's IMDb rating.
Yeah.
Because when you look at movies, there's always going to be, so it's like a 1 to 5 scale. There's always going to be like a distribution, right?
Yeah.
But what's happening is that there's a really high 5 scale number, like a lot of votes for 5, and then strangely a lot of votes for 1, which is just not a normal movie pattern. So somebody is trying to try to bring down the
Started a
rating.
Facebook group to get this shit done.
There's a guy literally on Facebook
Fucking
right now,
losers.
obviously promoting his book and shit, that I got into it a little bit because he's over here talking about how go see the movie for the actors, but remember that movie's a white movie, that the final editor is white, and the white people here have been fighting us tooth and nail, and that movie's not about us and all this other shit.
What kind of...
Yeah.
No, fuck up. Don't start this COINTELPRO shit with me.
So hold on. So I had to break it down. Hold on. Hybrids, I feel you. I feel the heat. Like a horse in heat. I feel it. So, so what happens is I had to come from him because it's just like, first of all, a lot of people don't even know who T'Challa is and what the Black Panther stands for. You understand? I had to come from that. It's not... You're literally saying Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, and Kevin, whatever the producer is. Kevin Frederick. I don't want to... I don't mess up his name. But he's been in a lot of Marvel movies.
The director.
Yeah.
My bad.
So you're trying to say that these guys are racist? Like, where's the history? Because we all know racist people, they generally show what happened. They show themselves. Jack Lee and Stan Lee have definitely not done. They made X-Men, for crying out loud.
Seriously.
They made an activist comic book in which... Malcolm X, Magneto, which everybody look at that shirt. Magneto was right. We got Professor X, Martin Luther King. We talked about activism, prejudice, racism, and all this other stuff. And sure, they made a lot of the superheroes white, but we all knew they were talking about black people.
They did that on purpose because they knew that the message wouldn't be received if it had.
You got to make it palatable.
And then, like, to follow after that, that's when they did start doing Black Panther.
The crazy thing is the show, the X-Men show, that show when we were kids, whatever.
Right.
That won a lot of awards.
Because first of all, our asses were there religiously every Saturday with our fucking bowl of cereal, Rhett. Rhett. I used to
6 a.m.
I used to stop everything. I'm like,
I also remember that people
first, then you go to Fox 5 and
people used to also die in that show. That show got a little real.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It was
no more. Come back.
Oh my God, no. So if you see that coon ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? Block him. Don't support him. Start a hashtag because this movie is all about us. It's for us. There's a lot of people who've seen it that want to tell us about it, but they got the big waiver form when they got their popcorn. But I'm hearing there's a lot of great symbolism. I'm hearing a lot of great things. I'm ready for it.
And
even
then
the album is
I was
fire.
just about to say, so the album that's inspired by the movie is crazy good. And then it's like, maybe there was a few white people on set. What the fuck you want me to do about that? Like, that's just the fucking, which is what happens. It's a huge, right, like, basically, it's like a huge production.
Hold on. Can we give Ryan Coogler his props?
Right.
Written.
He did a great job.
Written and directed, right? Written and directed.
He wrote it too? I don't know if he wrote it.
He wrote it with somebody else. I can't remember.
Did you actually know the comic? The comic that the movie is based on was actually had 3 black writers too, 2 females and 1 male. Yeah. Yep. So it's like
one
this
of the
movie
females didn't get invited to the premiere.
I saw that story and I kind of shoulder shrugged that because I'm like, no offense, but did you expect a ticket?
Why wouldn't you expect a ticket?
Because it's like, okay,
if I fucking help write some shit.
How about this? Lil Rel was one of the stars of Get Out. It got nominated for an Oscar. He didn't get an Oscar invite.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Hollywood does that level shit.
An award ceremony is completely different from the premiere. Like, sis could have been in the back. Like, I remember I went to a premiere and I didn't buy a fucking ticket. I just lucked up.
Peered in through the doors. It's not yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's different. Like, a award ceremony, I won't expect her to be at the award ceremony because, whatever. But either way, I guess.
I'll just say this. Shout out to Ryan and his partner for doing this. I remember watching an interview and he was like, he was really influenced to do this because growing up, there weren't really any black superheroes like that. And it's kind of true to this day. But you know what? It's really awesome that he took upon this project and it looked like he turned this into gold. Like, on some realness.
Literally.
On some realness, I'm not going to lie. If this movie's a classic, then when it's released, that's the cheeky day. That's like a national dashiki day. Everybody has to wear that shit.
When he was
February 16th, National Dashiki Day.
I'm serious. And when the DVD comes out, kente. You got to wear kente cloth something. I'm dead serious.
When he was editing his movie, it was actually because he was talking about how crazy this moment is for him. Because he was editing this, like, I think it's the first $100 million motion picture that had a black director behind it.
Yes.
Yep.
And then the second one, is A Wrinkle in Time, which is Ava DuVernay.
Right, with Ava DuVernay. Mm-hmm.
They were doing the edits in the same studio.
Right, in the same studio.
So they were talking to each other about the movie, and they're just kind of like, Ava's just kind of like, can you believe this? It's like, what the fuck is
this? Y'all learn history.
That's what our ancestors fought for.
That's that black magic in the room.
Yeah, that's probably great.
I don't know as much about A Wrinkle in Time, but I feel like that's going to be a movie that I'm going to buy a ticket for.
I'm excited as hell because as a kid reading that book, it was so abstract. I couldn't wrap my head around the imagery that well.
Yeah.
So then, like, to have another cis take that and, like, in my head, this is what it looks like, and then put a whole bunch of awesome female characters in it, and then give the main role to a black girl. Because in my head, there was always white people in this whole movie, because that's all I knew as a kid. Like, this is not the first time they did this movie. They did, like, a made-to-TV movie of this, and it was all white kids. Yeah. And then so for her to take it and like the imagery in it so far is like, I cannot wait. Because it's going to bring back to life a book that I read as a kid that kind of bored me. And it's going to give it, you know, a whole new meaning for me. And I'm like super excited about that.
Can we talk about that premiere though in LA? And how everybody came out looking their best?
To the nines, bro. To the nines.
First of all,
look at the Royal Ball at Wakanda for real. I'm like, yo, y'all finished filming the movie, got a costume. Shit.
I thought somebody's about to get married at the end of that movie.
Oh my god. It's like, so much color. It was so pretty.
Somebody got dragged though. Who got dragged? Two black actors got dragged
because they brought their white. What the fuck you want them to do?
I'm just
Becky participated in that man helping.
All right, I'm glad you brought this up.
Thank you.
Because I'm not gonna mention nobody's name, but that is an example of people. I wish they would say some shit with their chest,
right?
Because people posted that picture and they'd like try to put some like subtle comment like interesting on it. That appeared in my timeline. In the unlikely chance that this person's listening to it, that I'm talking. Yes, talking about you.
Shoot your shot, Danny.
And then somebody pointed out like, who gives a shit who they love? If that's who they love, that's who they love.
Agreed.
And they're like, I wasn't saying anything controversial. Yes, you were.
You were being shady boots about it, bitch.
Don't
like,
try. Say it. If you're gonna say it,
I don't like that either. That shit
hurts my soul.
I saw that and I was like, okay. And I'm like, first of all, this nigga is what it was the one from. The real sexy chocolatey one that's in...
Like, I'm supposed to know that reference. Did you see the look in her eyes?
First of all...
Yo, you're going to get this reference.
Flag on the play.
She talking to boyfriend like, you need to know this.
Traveling.
You know that dark, sexy, built, muscular, hung package kind of dude.
In the Netflix...
Panty wetter.
Shut up. The Netflix Marvel thing. What's his name again?
No,
the guy
you
from
need to
Luke
give me a
Cage.
name now. You got to work for that.
The guy from Luke Cage.
Thank you. Yeah. I was trying to remember the name of the show. Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Right. Damn, I lost the reference.
Yeah, thank you.
Because she was too busy thinking
it was
around.
So funny.
It was. Until
you were so hating.
She's in trouble. So I'm going to move on with this. Before we leave this, Marvel released a family tree of T'Challa. When you get a chance, check it out. I actually saw it today on YouTube.
He has a white adopted brother.
They're going to use that for whatever reason.
But apparently he has his own like little spin-off. White Wolf or some shit.
White Tiger?
Wolf. They said Wolf.
Wolf? Okay.
It's your boy Juice, a.k.a. The Juice is Loose. Studio 231 is located in the beautiful and trendy Lower East Side of Manhattan with studio rates and full studio setup. If you'd like to record with me at Studio 231, you can reach me at juice-cannon.com or Twitter at juicecannon.
Last Up on the L is proudly sponsored by Dulce Amore Couture, premium couture accessory line, specializing in jewelry and watches featuring the handcrafted Amore collection. Based in New York City, but not limited to, you can meet Miss Yeezy Smith on Facebook / Dulce Amore Couture or Instagram Dulce Amore Couture or visit the website dulceamorecouture.bigcartel.com.
Anyway,
whatever.
All right, that's cool.
You can't talk about black men for like the next 30 seconds right now. with sexy black man.
Yo,
Nah,
listen.
get the fuck out of here with that.
With the
Y'all
bows.
better keep all your feelings in your fucking chest. Because I don't care.
Every single.
I love you.
Word?
But
You know what? Tip drill. Let's talk about it, okay?
first of all,
Wait,
you don't
that's
even
a joke.
know. My intro song was about to be My Neck, My Back, but it was going to be a fat girl version and have cheeseburgers in it. So you don't even know. You missed it. You missed the awesomeness.
Wait, what?
Every ref at this table threw a flag. Every ref.
I don't even know. All the ladies pop your burgers like this.
Okay.
Everybody don't stop.
Speaking of queens, can we talk about Two Dope Queens on HBO?
Yeah.
Yo, they killed that.
I saw the second episode the other day, and I can't even.
Oh, it's up
front.
already? Oh, I'm late.
Yeah, the second episode on HBO is. I just happened upon it.
It's
it
only
was
a
really
4-episode run, right?
Huh?
It's only a 4-episode run, right?
I don't know.
It's only 4? I don't know.
I thought it was maybe 5, 6, but it's really dope. You know, they have comedians come set. They had Sarah Jessica Parker on it. She was out. You know what? Spoiler. I don't want to say anything, but it was dope. It was really dope. They're you know what?
Fuck your viewing. Fuck what you're about to watch.
So anyway, thank you, Vanna, for that. It was really dope. Check it out. Really great comedians. They actually had me laughing about some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing
You don't
what they
listen
do.
to their podcast?
No.
You're late, homie.
I tried to listen to it. I'll be honest with you, it didn't
The
do it for
fuck?
me. It did what? The episode didn't do it for me. I'm listen. It's okay for me to not be.
See.
Yeah,
I wish them
you're
good
hating,
luck.
but they have a fucking HBO special.
How am I hating?
Actually, flag on the play, Vanna.
said it didn't do anything.
Yo, you
Accusing of hate.
I was like, good.
That
for,
sounds
I
like a lot
that.
of indecisive
Maybe
hate.
it just doesn't hit the spot in his ear that needs to be tickled.
Well, what the fuck? It does for me. The bitches have got money right now.
It's called Two Dope Queens.
Listen,
Emulation. I listened to fucking Bodega Boys.
I've watched their interviews on the
Often
late night
enough.
run as they promoted it, and I thought that was dope.
Shit's
I'm really
getting
happy
me
for
on
them,
that.
but
Did
the
you read-
podcast itself it didn't do anything for me, which is fine. It's okay.
Hot ass.
Yo, listen,
I don't think it's bad. It's just
I've
like,
seen a
it didn't do
couple of
anything
them,
for me.
but I mean, I've heard a couple of them. But the way that they converse sometimes, it's literally like watching women talk. And guys at a certain point can tune out. Just be like, you know what, I can't do this, and you'll walk away.
Scientifically, it's been
He has
shown
the
that-
option to turn it off.
Hey, scientifically, it's been shown that
That is
after
it.
a while, we hear you guys as like white noise.
Oh, well, listen.
I mean, but
bitches
listen,
are making white noise
are you
money,
watching it
so
on
that's
HBO?
what the fuck I'm trying to get.
I'm sorry, what
I'm
were you
not
saying?
That's
I
not
said,
why.
they're making white noise. I'm gonna fuck your entire image up right now.
You know what's really great about Two Dope Queens? They have a lot of dope comedians that are women and men on it, but you know who they don't have? Monique.
Oh, come
shit.
on, man.
Oh,
We're trying to
shit.
get through this podcast. You out here trying to start this fight.
Oh, you want to explain to the
third degree burn.
30-degree burns?
Oh, God.
That's a grease fire burn.
Oh, we can take it back. Fire. Flame. Fire.
Oh, God.
I'm
What
only
happened,
come to
Tucker?
sit on your ass. I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna push them.
Old Monique or new Monique?
Both. Come back in another life.
Well, listen,
I'll pay her $500,000 to get off me.
on the conversation about the podcast space, as people in the podcast space, I didn't hear what you said, so I'm going to keep talking because I didn't hear what you said at all. As people in the podcast space, it's really fascinating to see how big this space has gotten. So I've gotten 2 tickets this year to live podcast shows. It's going to be, should I say the names? Yeah, why not? Pod Save the People, which is a political podcast. I'm going to see the Bodega Boys live. Mm-hmm. And it's incredible to think about that you're giving out this stuff for free, and then people are selling out the Apollo to come see you talk for like an hour about just things you find fascinating. Yeah. So it's like, shout out to y'all. Y'all doing it real big, and it's creating a new space because I don't know if you guys know this, but when black folks start doing stuff well, it starts to become very profitable. And the podcast space was around for a long time.
Yes, it was.
There's a lot of popular podcasts that are mainstream that are helped by mostly white hosts, which is not a problem. But now that people of color have really moved into the space, it's created some interesting stuff. Mm-hmm. There's some like really, like I could learn or be entertained about by so much shit. Like this podcast is called Latino USA, which every week tackles Latino issues. And you can like learn fascinating stuff. And I was like, yo, this show wouldn't exist without podcasts. Because there's nobody going to be like, you know what I want to do for a week? For an hour a week? Talk about Latino issues in America. Right. But on the podcast, it's like, because you can choose it. So, like, it's dope. I can't wait for our live show. Just FYI, when the live show happens, I'm dressing like Eddie Murphy in his first stand-up special. It's going to be all leather everywhere. I might have 2 chains on. Taco be out. I don't give a damn. You know I made it on this stage. Y'all bought your tickets. Y'all ain't going home.
First of all, you gotta understand, my best friend here has dropped these jewels on me all the time. I'm gonna join him and come out to a song called All Me. Came up, that's all me. You better get with the program, Vanna.
I like to shout out my chemistry teacher from Canarsie High School.
I don't need scissor problems.
Who said y'all gonna fail this test?
Bitch. All I know is before album, scissor before the album, before Side Chick era.
Oh, if I get this loud on that stage, South Bronx is being played.
I respect that.
I respect that. You guys are so concerned about your entrance music. I don't need any.
You're gonna snap. You're gonna pop your tongue.
She's gonna go out first. She'll introduce us.
Also might be sitting underneath the giant.
The star comes out last.
So anyway,
yeah,
I might trip you. You gonna
trip me? The petty. Danny don't get petty.
It's better physical. Just cut off her mic. Hey everybody, Vanna.
I don't need a mic. I'm loud anyway.
But anyway, listen. Everybody's listening to this podcast. Just know in a few years you will be buying tickets to our shows. You will be buying our merch, and you will love it.
Right.
And then you're gonna be telling your friends. I listened to them when it was just the audio was trash.
Back when Mayhem sounded really far.
Sounded like he was in a fishbowl.
Oh man.
Oh, so we got to talk about the Winter Olympics. We definitely got to talk about.
It was so good. The opening was so good.
I didn't see the opening for the first time.
So that's one of my things
I fell asleep
the most
because they were like doing the whole dragging thing. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, I saw.
Okay,
first of all,
I did see the clip of the drones.
I was tired.
I did see the clip of the drones though. That was fine.
I don't remember there being any dragon.
There was a dragon.
that was a tiger.
Tiger. See,
hold up.
That's how tired I was.
That is racism. That is you thought. There's an Asian country. I'm gonna throw dragons out.
I remember there was a phoenix.
Throw dragons out.
I did. There was a dragon. I apologize.
That was the
first
5 minutes.
I apologize. That was the first 5 minutes.
That was the first 5 minutes.
So there was a dragon.
No, there were no dragons throughout the entire thing.
I just want everybody to know that everybody at this table knows that there's a difference between Chinatown and Koreatown.
But mayhem. Everyone but mayhem.
I said there was a dragon.
They make good noodles. That's all I gotta get. Oh God! No, I was sleepy. There was a tiger. I'm sorry. I do apologize. That's culture. You don't want to disrespect the culture.
No, we know. We know.
I remember how it began and everything. It's just I thought there was a dragon. I'm sorry.
Not for nothing. It was like in comparison. First of all, it's the Winter Olympics. Winter Olympics doesn't get as much burn as the Summer Olympics. Number one. Number two. As far as opening ceremonies go, I really can't remember the last Winter Olympic ceremony that I watched. No, the last one I watched that was really good, I think, was in America.
Salt Lake City?
It might have been Salt Lake, because they did a big thing about acknowledging all, like, the Native American and First Nations, and I thought that was beautiful. And that was how long ago? Right. Anyway, so South Korea did a great job. It actually wasn't very flamboyant. Everything is in comparison. I compare everything to Beijing. Beijing was just like shitted on everyone for the next 10 years and plus. So it wasn't like as big as Beijing, but it was a very harmonious and a very peaceful beginning, and hopeful because they centered a lot of it about the future of Korea. So
like a one Korea thing.
And a one Korea, not just South Korea. Yeah. A lot of big things that happened were what's this nigga name? Kim what? Kim
Jong-un.
Right, him. His sister was sent as a dignitary to represent North Korea. Mm-hmm. This is the first time that they've had both North Korean and South Korean athletes on the same team. It's on the women's hockey team, and they're gonna play together.
Yeah, because the men wouldn't do it.
So
the men were like, nah.
It's always down to sis. Damn.
I will say
it's always down to the sisters.
No, you know what the men probably did? Like, y'all trying to win. Y'all trash. Like this piece of shit trying to get these medals out. I got 1 to the 4 year shot. You crazy.
Before I fell asleep, Mike Tricio, whatever, that coon, he thinks he's white.
So that is him.
Yeah, that's him.
I was like, that's him, isn't it? Okay.
So they kept bringing that up. Like, it's the first time that they came together.
It's a big deal. And they had their own cheerleaders from North Korea that couldn't clap for no one else but North Korea.
Yeah, I would never want that job, boy.
Yeah, that's right. So it was really beautiful. There was a lot of beautiful moments where I was like, oh, this is so nice. And it gave me hope for, every other country.
Which is nice and all.
I really like that you started.
Can we get to the cake, though? Can we talk about all the black teams and all the black people?
No. I want to follow up Vanna's really positive note with some fuckery.
Okay.
So did y'all see y'all vice president protest the North Koreans marching out together by not standing and clapping?
And
I thought we weren't protesting
he's
at sporting
in front
events.
of the sister. I'm like, so you're just going to be
First of all,
I'd have just slapped his ass in the back. Get the fuck up.
The vice
bitch.
president, and Kim Jong Un's sister sat
in the same box,
a chair away from each other. Did not make eye contact. Turn each other.
No acknowledgement.
What I love about that moment is just like when you try to teach your kids, like, man, this is so petty. It's not how you solve your problems. 2 nuclear powers just did that shit on TV. How you gonna tell me this is not the way to solve my problems with my sister? I'll do that if I want to.
I ain't got a big red button in my room. Tell me. I gotta share.
Yeah, that was...
Take this not in 2018.
That was like...
Also, more petty. He walked into a room with the Korean dignitaries, shook everyone's hand except hers, and left.
Yo, you could not... This is one of those many times that I'm like, yo, God don't make no mistakes. Because if Vanna Sage had been like ambassador, dignity, something, if someone want to act sideways to me, I'm approaching you. While we're cameras flashing, Twitter. Fuck out of here.
Because you're not representing you.
My own island.
You're not representing you.
You may have to. I'm not gonna lie to you. You may have to head out an island.
I'm okay with the island.
And I can tell you exactly what Sage is saying. My country said, "What the fuck is that face about?"
I'm like, excuse me. Did you eat sour candy? Why do you have a puss on your face right now? I would love to know. Would you like some water? Are you thirsty? You're really red right now. What's going on? You have an allergy to
He turned down a dinner.
Huh?
There was a dinner where everybody was eating together. He refused to attend. So he was just his whole weekend was just straight shade.
What was the point of you going?
Hold on. Is his man's in them? This is what these dudes do.
Wait. I'm backtracking. Does usually the president supposed to go, or is it always the vice president?
No.
Now I'm backtracking. Didn't Obama go to the summer or winter or both?
You can go if you want to, but Trump doesn't care about sports. He doesn't.
Unless his Gronkowski fist bumped him in the White House.
He doesn't care about sports, so that's why he's
okay. This is not about fucking sport. You know what? I don't even know why.
Anyway,
I was about to say who.
Anyway,
by the way, this is not the most
relevant.
This is not the most awkward Olympic moment in terms of like world leaders sitting next to each other. Because a few years ago in was it Sydney, George Bush was actually at the Olympic Games as part of the American delegation, and Vladimir Putin was there, and they sat next to each other. And you're like, wow, is that awkward? Because during the games, as the games started, Vladimir Putin invaded Georgia, where we had 300 American soldiers.
Fucking text him like,
so if you look back at the video, you see them all minding their business. Then somebody whispers in Bush's ear. And then he turns to Vladimir like, you bitch ass, who the
see, I'm telling you, all this being nice and shit.
And you see Vladimir sitting there just like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What you say? I'm trying to watch the game. Can you see me? Trying to watch the game. Like,
I feel like when people get handed these hands and these bitch slaps,
they start a war on the fucking opening ceremony. Like,
let's be real.
And what? Do something.
I'm not gonna lie, son. If I was Bush and I had the same mindset I had, and I just found this out, yo, pass me my shit. That's okay. I'm about to die. You won't forget me, though.
We referenced this before we turned on the mics. Punch you in your face, motherfucker. I'm back in FIFA.
That is some straight. Well, you know what? That's what his ass gets, because as a clap back to that, fucking Russia, because they were so busy drugging up all the fucking athletes and they got caught last year, or like the Olympics. Yeah, they weren't even allowed to like fly the Russian flag. They're not allowed if they medal to play the Russian anthem. Yep. Like when they walked for the nation's entrance, it was the Olympic flag. So, and all their shit was white. Nothing with, like, it's like,
shame.
Shame. Like, that thing, I was like, damn, that's kind of harsh, but like.
Not a cheated. Like,
It's like, I can understand you cheating, but like it's not even the fact that no.
Don't worry, boys.
I'm not
no one would tell.
I'm not making excuses. I'm saying it's fucked up that they feel like they have to go to that extent in order to meddle. But it's not even like they have a choice. It's like you either take this fucking roid or I'm gonna shoot your grandma.
Putin come for that ass.
This is the second time.
Granny making borscht. Why you gotta worry about her?
No. This is the second.
Go ahead, Boris. You go be great.
This is the second time a nation has cheated on this level and been caught.
What was the first time? China.
The last time was
it China?
No, it was East Germany.
Ooh.
So East Germany was, but here's the thing about Russia versus East Germany. East Germany was a communist dictatorship, right? Mm-hmm. So Russia is a democracy, air quotes. But in East Germany, not every athlete even knew that they were being doped.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was. Listen, one woman, this is true, got pumped so full of hormones that she transitioned.
Oh.
She didn't know because her trainer used to give her what she thought was like, just like regular medication for aches and pains or like nutritional supplements.
They were slipping a cocktail of roids in her shit.
Yeah.
Let me
tell
you.
So like that's the last time that they did on this scale, and that's what's crazy about the Russia thing. It was not that individuals cheating; people cheat all the time. Like Lance Armstrong's one of the worst,
exactly,
right?
And like niggas loved his ass for like forever.
But with the Russian government, it was like the country of Russia,
government sponsored.
Was organizing.
It's like,
this.
hey, you're gonna compete in the Olympics, so we're gonna get on this line and get your roid shot. You're gonna get your leotard, and then you're gonna get your shoes. So see you at the track, right? Yeah.
And the guy that exposed it was a Russian, and you reported to the World Doping Agency. They tried to kill him straight up.
Well, you know
but
how
I'm
to
like,
do.
but it's so crazy because I'm like, listen, the Olympics. Okay, let's backtrack for a second. The Olympics is fun, but this ain't life or death, man. This ain't what this is. Like,
the Olympics is like the Olympics is like the field day of the world. You remember field day in school when you have to like go and compete against your other classmates? The Olympics is the field day because you know damn well if Mayhem, I'll fuck with you. That means I'll beat you in laps. I don't like you, motherfucker. I'm gonna make more laps than you, Danny. I'm gonna do more jump than you.
But like,
fuck you! I don't like you, Danny. But like, you got that A on that fucking math quiz, bitch. Like, that's what they're doing. This is the field day of the world. Like,
you make sense, but it's just so hard for me to process. Like,
it's hard for me to process.
Like, we about to do
men.
death threats, like
it's
over
hard, really
death threats. Like, this is the level we at right
Did
now.
You not like someone during field day? Did you want to trip them? Yes.
You want to trip Vanna Sage coming out?
Word, and our fucking fictitious. Futuristic appearance.
No, that's gonna happen.
Okay.
You're out here. You're on your own. That's why you going first.
The future projected walkout.
Right. Like, come on. Like, I'm just saying. Like, it's a big ass field day celebration. Like, oh, we're gonna win these medals.
I mean, I feel bad for the athletes, the country as a whole, whatever. But I feel bad for the athletes specifically because you spend your life for this moment, and your government snatched it away from you. Nothing that you did.
Yeah.
And individually, you've sacrificed so much to get to this point, and they're like, you have no choice but to take this shot or these roids or whatever hormone-induced stuff that they gave them. And it's like, yo, I'm better than this. I don't have to do this. But you don't have a choice. Do you want to go?
I don't they're just ass backwards.
This is my moment.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We're going to talk about the athletes, the black athletes.
Yes.
So we have a team from Nigeria. I'm sorry.
We have an all-female bobsled team from Nigeria.
Yep.
They're foreign.
Niger stand up. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, somebody's talking about chocolatey and shit. They chocolatey.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
They are pretty, yes.
I'm not trying to objectify them, okay? But I'm about to objectify them. When they do that starting and they just, okay.
Listen, give credit where God's credit is due. He didn't miss a step with them women.
Oh my God.
A step.
I wasn't gonna say anything about that. About how healthy they are. Okay.
First and foremost, they know what they was doing.
Listen,
and then those
the uniforms are aerodynamic.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, if I was messing with one of them, keep that uniform on when you come.
But the way didn't they come out first?
Okay, again, I'm sorry. I know it's justifying. I'm not trying to reduce you to a sexual object. I just have to be honest for a moment there. Woo! Anyway.
But the world was in awe when like they walked out and in typical Nigerian fashion, killed wherever the fuck a camera was looking at them, every angle popping. In the procession coming into the stadium, I was like, yeah, that's what they look like. You never seen them here before. You worried about homeboy coming out all coconut oiled up and everything with the muscles and shit
from Tonga.
Yeah, but
wait a minute. So this dude,
we need a sponsored trip.
First of all, it was 50 degrees when my homeboy.
But you know, he
did you have a jacket?
So wait, listen. Even better. This is what he did. He said, "Oh, y'all like the oil? I'm gonna drop this 30 pounds so I can compete in the fucking Winter Olympics." He is a Summer Olympian, and he fucking competed in the Winter Olympics just because. Just like, oh, y'all like that? Here it is again. Boom. His mom was like, "Ooh." I was like, his mom, she was like,
"I don't want to hear that shit."
There were several moments of awkwardness in the house.
I feel for you, man. He was like, yo.
I was like,
we all got that one family member. Shut up, girl. It's 3:00. Look at it. Look at it walk down the street.
So, sisters from Niger. And we got Biney, speed skating. 17.
Yo, I saw her
18?
qualifying to get here.
She's 18 now.
I saw her qualifying to get here. That shit was ugly. Because her opponent wasn't close.
Yeah.
She just like, oh,
first of all,
talking about smoke on ice.
Watching some of these sports gives me heart palpitations. Like, I just can't. I cannot. I was like, how do you get into that? And apparently she started to figure skate, and her figure skating coach was like, you're too fast.
Yeah.
So let's just transition your black ass over here. Use all those muscles, and this is what you're going to do. And she's been killing it. She's from Ghana.
Yeah.
She's originally from Ghana. So,
we also need a sponsorship to Ghana while we there.
And then there's the guy on the skeleton, which is like the scariest shit in the Winter Olympics to me.
Do you like your existence?
Like a half inch off the ground,
just on your
going like 40, 50 miles. Man.
Anywho, who else? The dude that's on the hockey team, who was the first black hockey player to compete in the Winter Olympics for hockey, and it's 98-year history.
Yeah, we got another one.
That's surprising because there's, I think the captain of one of the all-star teams this year in the NHL was black. So it's like they're starting to have black players in hockey.
Listen, they realize like, I don't know why. Anyway, hockey's dangerous.
There's enough black people in Minneapolis. Shit getting real.
Right.
About to have some Somalis out there on the ice. This is my boat now.
There's two more. There's two more. It's another black female. She's grown.
There's a bobsledder. There's a bobsledder in the American team too.
There's another black female speed skater. I think she's doing a long track. Biney, the young one, is doing short track, and I think that's like 500 meters. Ooh. And then the other one's doing the long.
Yeah, like 1,500 meters.
Sometimes when I put on like my kufi and embrace my inner hotep, and I watch the Winter Olympics, I have this thought like, was this invented so people of European ancestors can get medals? Because y'all know some of these games, I'm like, I ain't playing this shit on 145th. What the fuck is this?
Well, listen, the funny thing
like they got curling. I'm like, is she literally sweeping? Yo, you just gave her a medal for sweeping?
She's
Yo,
sweeping
I got generations of family members that can be winning medals.
Smoothing out a surface, sir.
The funny thing is with the Nigerian bobsled team of the women, they started in Texas because I think a few of them are from Texas.
Yeah.
And they made like a box cart like from Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
And was practicing on that shit.
Yeah. One of them ran for
fucking nudity.
She ran for
track.
Yeah, for track. So
Yep.
she was a sprinter.
So like
Cool
this is like literally Cool Runnings, just the female updated version. Like it's awesome. It's
listen,
amazing.
outside the events with the black folks, I'm not watching because there's not the many that interest me.
Listen.
The ski jump, maybe the biathlon. Though, like, why are we skiing and shooting? Why is this a game?
That's what it is. That's what you.
It's not like an alt-right weekend. Like,
yeah, that's a new shit. But shout out to the X Games for making an Olympic team like shine with the shit that they do with snowboarding.
Oh no, snowboarding is.
We watched that last
I give Sean White his credit. Sean White, he's that dude. He's that dude.
Rush for your life.
What's his name? Gerard.
Red Gerard.
Yeah, I think.
Red Gerard. That's his name. 17-year-old Red Gerard.
17-year-old. He's the youngest
from Colorado.
Winter Olympian from America to win a gold medal.
He won the gold medal in the snowboarding.
Killed it.
And Like,
he almost gave Sage a heart attack watching it.
No, first of all, they all gave me a fucking heart attack. I was like, oh my god!
Like it's X Games just down a really long hill.
Yeah, they talk about how it's
and it's three little bar sessions or whatever, and then they have 3 jumps that progressively get bigger and longer.
Yeah,
and you have to complete all of them to get a decent score, and best of your 3 scores.
If you fall, you automatically get deducted like half.
And he busts his ass
out of all 3 runs
on the second run.
No, the 2. He fell on both his first runs. His first 2 runs, he fell. So his last run was like, fuck it, let's just do this. And I could tell, like, when he was, like, waiting to go, he was just like, fuck, I'm just going to have fun.
Yeah, he's like, I'm happy to be here.
He killed it. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. They're gonna have to airlift his ass off this mountain.
17 years old and 5'5", bro.
Yeah,
it's my height.
Like he's a high school kid and just won fucking gold.
Yeah,
I was impressed.
I was so nervous.
Thoroughly.
My fucking stomach was in my throat.
If he's not voted most likely to succeed, I'm calling bullshit.
Oh, and he's a ginger. So again, shout out to Shaun White for blazing the trail for gingers at the Olympics. Now listen,
I don't want to give that man that much credit. He does look good
Phoenix.
with his haircut. Just
He
looks. No, let me tell you something.
See that?
Shaun White used to bother me because he looked like a slightly more acceptable version of Carrot Top.
They called him the Flying Tomato. That was his nickname.
And it gave me nightmares because Carrot Top looks a hot mess. So he looks all grown man sexy. I was like, oh shit, look at you.
Hanging out with rock stars. That's why. Rock stars and rappers.
He look good.
Yeah, you getting that American Express money
good.
shit.
Yeah, that too.
It's cute.
Okay, so anyway, we're gonna talk off mic, Vonna. We gotta hit up on a Black Focus Group update because people be messing up. We gotta talk about that Nefertiti bust.
Lord.
Literally a bust.
Literally. No, first of all, like I was excited to hear about it because it's like, oh, they did a Nefertiti thing, whatever. But like I saw the Facebook video, I was like, no, because at first I gave him the benefit of doubt. I thought it was the lighting.
Because science, right?
I thought it was the lighting.
Oh, you're funny.
No, I know, seriously, because sometimes certain people like myself, every now and again, you look a little lighter depending on the lights that you have. And remember, they're in studio.
Brown is brown.
That is true, but
brown is brown. We have Vanessa Williams. Oh. It can get real light. This shit was a Caucasoid.
Vanessa's not even
from
that
the mountains of
Lisa
Caucasus.
Bonet is like highlighter.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I did turn
Zoe
on my brightness
Kravitz
on my
is very
screen,
bro.
And I was like, no,
it was glowing a dark white.
No,
like who?
No, she looks like what the white people look like in the Florida Keys. It's really tanned, really red, and then her nose was like. That's not a.
And supposedly all this was 3D imaged.
But I don't Anyway,
I was confused about that. I feel like it looked like just a artist rendering. So I was just like.
But apparently that was supposed to be an accurate
depiction.
Based on what?
That's what he said.
On the 3D imagery, quote unquote, that they pieced together.
Of the mummy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
But you can't get skin tone from a mummy unless you do DNA testing.
Unless you have DNA.
Yeah.
Or eye color.
Yeah.
But. Fast forward
so a few days later
to the oxymoron we call Cheddar Man,
which was found in
South Britain, black, goody black,
goody black, okay,
and lactose intolerant because he was so complete that they were able to process his whole genetic genome.
Yep.
Yeah, but they found his ancestor
to the point where he's lactose intolerant.
Yeah. And they found his ancestor. It wasn't amazing about that. Actually, like, did the reveal for like the guy that discovered was descended from him, which is crazy to think that Cheddar Man was like 10,000 years old.
10,000 years old.
And the guy that they found lives in the same area still.
That's England.
Anyway,
no, seriously, like. England is, that whole Roman shit. It's like they set roots. Those motherfuckers do not budge. Like if you were a cheese person, a fromagier, whatever, or like a pig person, that is what you do. That's what you're proud to do. Like in those little towns, they're very proud of that. And I'm not shading that, but like that is a very English thing.
Okay,
like,
that makes sense.
It's not like he was in like Australia or some shit or like.
He was literally
in Africa.
like a few,
he was like, "Oh yeah,
few miles away from where they found Cheddar Man."
I don't understand this cross-platform fuckery because you went to Egypt and found a white woman. Never mind the fact they went up to England and found a black man.
The Cheddar Man one was DNA though. They did DNA coding to produce what his skin color was.
That's why I said that's why science wins, because clearly there was no scientific data to back up Nefertiti's bust. Here, you like literally it was like Monday that shit came out. We were like, the fuck, and then like Cheddar Man came out like Wednesday. We're like, exactly. Like
I was expecting his descendant to be like racist. I'll be honest with you. I thought when he saw the picture, I thought he was like bullshit. But like when they showed him Cheddar Man, he's just like, actually, I see the resemblance. I get that. Yeah, just like he was
an old man. He was old.
He was like 50, but he's just like, oh wow, this is crazy. Because you're just like him having a moment of just like,
that's kind of fucking crazy.
This looks like people
and me the whole shit.
But I feel like you learned that in school, like. There were pictures of Nefertiti in my, I feel like in my.
Here's the
Listen,
thing.
we had Nefertiti in Michael Jackson's video.
I was about to say, I think of Nefertiti, I think of Naomi.
Technically.
I do. I just think of Naomi.
I don't know if
that
was supposed to be Nefertiti. Because Nefertiti
in my mind,
married to Ramses. She was married to Akhenaten.
Actually, I have King Ramses' wedding.
All right, there, Egyptologist. Goddamn.
I love Egyptology.
That's our resident. Yeah, she's with the shit.
I'll send you a picture. I actually have King Ramses' wedding. At a hieroglyphic on my room. It's really dope. I'll send it to you. First of all, that music video was awesome. I saw it the other day. I was like, yo, this would not fly today. First of all, he came in and kissed the woman's hand.
I know all the choreo to that shit.
I remember a child when that nigga turned into gold dust. I turned off that TV. I said, fuck this sorcery. That nigga turned into gold dust. I'm done with this.
Life goals. Like, yo, you don't want to give me your number? Wham. Gold dust.
Turned to my mama like, he turned into gold dust. Is that an option?
Where's that button, Mom?
Hashtag blessed.
What do I gotta do to get that?
Superstar.
I'm over here trying to moonwalk out on people, but this nigga turned into gold dust.
He just upgraded. He said, you thought you do everything.
Oh my goodness. So I think that's gonna wrap it up until next time. We're gonna definitely hit up some topics. Back then by that time we'll be talking about Black Panther. Valentine's Day.
So excited.
We would drop some knowledge on Black history. Of course, we gotta represent for our peoples. Yes, remember, we celebrate all the time, every
365,
every
52,
day. Bitch. It's just that the month is just the anniversary.
7.
You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Mayhem Mike. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's your boy Mayhem Mike saying follow us on Last Stop on L on Facebook, on Instagram, on the Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Help me.
Help you.
Help me. Help me. Please. I need your help.
Help me. Nigga, help me. Just kidding.
Because, we can't have fun on these things anymore. We just can't do it. We can't do it. I'm sorry.
Nigga, my hair is a TWA right now. What shade are you throwing at me?
Is that a 4C?
This is a 3C, bitch. Get it together.
All right. My computer about to die. Come on.
Today.
Computer about to die.
Come on. Girls.
Come on.
You said that
boy Chris, high bitch representative.
I didn't come to play. I came to play.
You came to play.
Oh, sorry. Bye.
I would also like to close. It's your boy Danny Ocean. We're closing out the show. I would like to say, check out. Oh God, what the fuck is the name of the show? Samantha Bee, former Daily Show correspondent. She has a TV show on TBS, and this week they did a Black History Month special where they told you about shit that you didn't know was racist. Mm-hmm. Watch that, learned a lot. Square dancing, racist, seriously.
What?
And then the second thing I learned is that during World War II, black people tried to sign up to fight for the Ethiopian military against Mussolini and his fascism, but the government banned them. Because, why would you fight fascism if you're black? Later on, they let white people do that for Britain, but whatever. That's not important. Watch the show. Learn about it. It was dope. Anyway, we out of here. Last Stop on the L. Check us out. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We out.
Later.
Microphone check 2, mic check 1. Gotta click a real niggas in my section. A solid girl with no baggage, I still ain't met one. I see all of you rappers as my stepsons. I called my last girl and told her be my next one. She said pull up on her, touch up on her web one. And I had a pack of condoms, but fucked around and forgot them. Gotta stop at 7-Eleven and get some. All I know is bop till I fall ho. Walk around 10 band and my car go. You niggas still stressed about your car note. I'ma fuck around and buy Wells Fargo. I walk up in the stank 100 deep, I gotta get it. Ain't no sleep because I got a son to feed. Some of her and some of me, that's a simple summary. They talk behind my back because they know they ain't in front of me. Be fall is what they wanna see. My mama said pray for them niggas that hate. They just wanna be in your place, but them niggas ain't true, cause them niggas ain't real. While I'm them niggas, Put on all them chains and shine on them niggas. Shine on.